Good morning, everyone. So I thought today we would just pull out a couple of cards and see how we should conduct ourselves within the next, I would say, 1 week. Let's see what the universe has to say and what guidance um, it wants to provide us, because we are approaching the full moon and emotions are running high just a tad, especially water signs, people who attune to the moon a lot more strongly than the others. So yeah, let's see what's going on. And if you hear snoring in the background, I'm sorry. My oldest beagle is sleeping right next to me, and he has a deviated septum, so I do apologize. Okay, let's start with the wisdom of the oracle, just to see overall what kind of energies we're dealing with. That one wanted to come out. New life. Interesting. Let's get work your light. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. I think a lot of you may have made a few changes over the new moon that happened on when was it? The 10th? Yeah, the 10th of July. But let's keep going. Let's see what we have from the tarot, and we can kind of combine it all together and see what the message stands. I don't do reversals, so I will be flipping the cards. All right, focal point is your Two of Pentacles, juggling. Knave of Chalices, Five of Wands. Let's get a few more. The Hierophant. Seven of Wands. Interesting. Sorry about that. I have 3 dogs and one of them had to be let out. So if you see cuts during my videos, I do apologize, but I really can't help it. Kids, right? Right, so we were at the wisdom of the oracle, new life. So, I mean, when you look at that, it looks like an egg, right? But more than an egg, to me, it looks like a cocoon because of the wings that she has on her. So, I guess it's a time for metamorphosis. It's a time to break free and change, whether it's your life or it's your environment, or the way you look at spirituality as a whole. When you look at the number 39, when you add it up and reduce it, it comes to a 3. 3 is a number of the past, the present, and the future. It's a number of time, and it's also a number of life, death, rebirth. So I mean, this does sit pretty beautifully. I can't help but notice the bunting on top, which kind of represents celebration. So whatever change you are going through, celebrate it. Don't be scared of it, because it's happening for a reason. Let's look at the work your light. So I read this out to you earlier. If you look at the imagery, she's walking a particularly difficult path. It's a rocky terrain, but at the same time, it's getting easier for her, right? There's light. It's an easy path. So I feel like what this is saying is, again, stop overthinking, keep facing your true north, because you're already doing it, of course. But I think a lot of us, in this day and age, we're impatient. We're we feel like if we've set forth on a particular path, the results should be instantaneous, instant gratification. It's the age of instant gratification, and I feel like patience is key at the moment. As for the tarot, the center is your Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles talks about having two different ideas or two different resources that you're having to juggle. It could it can be quite difficult when the Two of Pentacles shows up, even though it's a positive card in most decks. But when I get it, I see confusion. That's what it represents for me. In the recent past is the Knave of Chalices. The Knave of Chalices, also the Knight of Cups, is somebody who is a little immature but has good intentions. So I feel like you were surrounded by naivete, but also positive naivete, if that makes sense. But I feel that that hasn't turned to a very conflicting situation, because maybe there wasn't enough depth in what you were dealing with, and that is causing you to reconsider. This could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be just a new way of thinking. And I feel like that is causing you to reassess and transform. If we go further back, there is the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands talks about being defensive, holding your ground, and just kind of, those memes that come about where there's this guy walking and then these little boxes keep like hurling themselves at him. There's negativity, he pushes it away. There's chaos, he pushes it away. You know the meme I'm talking about? So this card reminds me of that. So this fellow is just like holding his ground and he's not letting anything get to him. It's interesting because there's a centaur on this card, which is the symbol of Sagittarius, of course, but it is also the symbol of Chiron. And interestingly, Chiron just went into retrograde today or yesterday I think, and it's in the sign of Aries. Now Aries is the pioneer. Aries is someone who initiates. It's a very powerful sign because it's the first sign of the zodiac wheel. So I feel like you were standing up for yourself even in the past, but maybe it was a much softer stance, but now that the conflict has come about and it's kind of shaken you up a little bit, it's made you realize that where you are at the moment is not where you want to be. The Hierophant is somebody who talks about a lot of traditionalism, a lot of stability, structure, but also spirituality. So it is possible that some of you may have taken a more spiritual path in life. And spirituality, there's a huge difference between being religious and being spiritual, right? I mean, they're both great in their own ways, but spirituality has a lot to do with your inner self, connecting your inner soul to a higher power, whether that power for you is God, it's the universe, it's your ancestors, it's spirit, whatever it may be. But once you start bringing about a balance between those two is when you start ascending. So it's very difficult for us in this era to reach the level of ascension that our ancestors could have in the past, because we are more distracted as people. We have more resources, less time, so it's difficult to clear your head and understand what your true purpose in life could be. Very few people may just sit down with themselves and ask themselves, okay, why am I here? Why have I been put on this planet? What is my purpose? So you may find yourself asking those questions, and if you want, maybe you should, because materialism and tangibility is great. It's what keeps us going, and but at the same time, what is feeding your soul? Am I right? I don't want to sound all woo-woo and hippie. Not that there's anything wrong with hippies, but sit with yourself. And it's not just about meditating. You don't have to sit and meditate. You just need to sit and have a conversation with yourself. What is it that is going to help ground you? And at the same time, what is it that is going to help ascend you? Right? So I just want to kind of stretch the story a little bit, pull out a couple more cards. This one wanted to pop out. Interesting. Hang on a minute. Okay. The snoring gets louder. He's in deep sleep. All right. So, 10 of Pentacles. In the past, I think this is a state of mind. This is a state of mind of wanting to have everything. And that's human, right? It's absolutely human. You want the beautiful house. You want the money. You want the resources. But then again, life isn't perfect, am I right? Something always gets in the way, and something has obviously gotten in the way. But the outcome or the advice from the universe is the Empress. The Empress is, think of Venus, not the planet, but the goddess Venus, okay? A lot of people don't know much about her. They just think of her as the goddess of love. She is, of course, but she is also the goddess of growth. She's also the goddess of fertility. And I feel like whatever spirituality you are coming to terms with, whatever is coming to light for you, it is going to help you grow. It's going to help you ascend. And it's going to help you rid yourself of, okay, so let me explain. These are major arcanas. There are 22 major arcanas in the tarot out of 78 cards, and the rest are minors. The major arcanas, when they come out, they are direct messages from the universe. This is what the universe is going to make happen. These are like overall very, very powerful energies. These, on the other hand, they are minor arcanas, all of them. Okay, and they deal with things that are kind of in our control, things that we can move around, shift around. But this is what the universe has planned for you. It's planned abundance. It's planned growth. So for me, the Empress trumps the 10 of Pentacles, because the 10 of Pentacles is just tangible. It's something that anyone can get. You know what I'm saying? But the Empress is what the universe gives to you. The resources and the happiness that you can give yourself versus what the universe can give for you. I mean, you know, this weighs a lot more. So overall, I feel like the spread is asking you to dig a little deeper. Understand your purpose. Understand why you're here. Maybe do some inner child healing, because Chiron is in Aries and it's in retrograde at the moment. It is the perfect time to heal yourself from whatever it is that you may have released during the new moon, during the 10th. Sorry, my OCD, I have to keep fixing the cards. If they're not perfect, it bugs me. So yeah, what I want to do now is maybe pull out a divine door just to see. So I just got these. So they're doors from all over the world, and they open up to a message. Let's see, tiny cards, but huge impact. Okay, that's your door. Pretty dilapidated looking place, but it opens to walkabout. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people, the earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. I get it. I get it. This ties in with this, because, okay, the Empress talks about growth, abundance, and, fertility. But the Empress is very heavily connected to the earth. The Empress is Mother Nature. So maybe you need to spend some time outside. Maybe you need to connect with nature a little more. I mean, of course, with COVID restrictions and everything, it's it's not going to be easy for everybody. But even if you could just take a little walk and sit outside under a tree, and like I said, understand why you're here. Ask yourself what your purpose is, what your life path is. Don't be so focused on your 9 to 5 job, or looking after your kids, or excuse me, or even just figuring out when your next salon appointment is. While all those things are important, they're shallow. They're not going to help you ascend in life, right? So continue living your life the way you need to, but add a little depth. Am I right? I think that's what the universe is asking you to do with the Hierophant right here. And once you do that, this transformation is inevitable. And if you see, I just noticed the pedestal. You will put your life on a pedestal because you're going to be so happy with what you've created. It will be difficult, but it's going to get way easier because the universe is guiding you, right? I hope this made sense. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment, and like if you like the video, share if you feel anyone else needs to hear this message. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you find it is when you're meant to find it. And do subscribe, because when you add your energy to the collective, it makes it easier for me to understand what is going on around me. It makes it easier for me to read the energy. So that's what we have for today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. See you soon.